Hey guys, it's Ray. How's it going? I want to talk about that happened to me recently, and I'm really frustrated about it. Um, I got message from a guy, and um, he was a kind of my boss, and yeah, like when I was 20, around 20, I used to help his bar. He's a bartender, and um, he he was just opening his own bar, and yeah, that was kind of a crazy story. But um, I I I just quit my job um, at a time, and then yeah, actually, I don't know what I want to do, and my dad um he has he runs his own bar in my hometown, and then he suggested me like um why don't you help the bartender. Of course he knows the bartender, and and he he was like um yeah, you can have some experience as a bartender, and if you want to run my bar, like my dad's bar, um, it's kind of really good experience. So yeah, things like that. Actually, yeah. I was interested in like running my own bar, and yeah, I was really, um, I really like music. So yeah, and I was young, I was stupid. I don't think it deeply. Um, yeah, I don't remember exactly, but I think I thought, um, yeah, actually, I have a lot of free time because I quit that job, and so um, I yeah, um, I'm gonna help the bartender, and then I don't know, like few months, and then after that, I can find the actual job. You know what I mean? Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I helped him like 3 months, and it's really crazy, but no salary, zero. Yeah, and actually, it's kind of my fault. Um, like he, I mean, yeah, my dad asked him um about that, and but the bartender was like, yeah, but I don't have enough money to pay me. And then because it's really a small bar, and he just opened his own bar, it took a lot of cost, right? And yeah, but my dad was like, um, yeah, okay, why not? It's crazy, but yeah, I was crazy too. I don't. Yeah, as I mentioned, I didn't think it deeply, so I just I was like, yeah, okay. you know, yeah, I was crazy. I was stupid, but yeah, I helped him like 3 months, and yeah, because um, my parents got divorced, so yeah, I was shocked. I just um, my mom and me and my younger brother went out home. So yeah, and I called the bartender. Um, yeah, kind of boss, right? So I can't help you because my parents. And then yeah, he he knew my dad, so yeah, that situation. So yeah, he was like, oh, okay, I understand. Yeah, and yeah, that's it. And then yeah, it's not like kind of bad experience or something. I mean, um, I went to his bar after my parents got divorced, um, because I didn't have feeling, bad feeling with him. So yeah, I went to his bar and yeah, got drink, have fun, had a fun, and yeah, and I don't I don't remember exactly, but after few years, and he closed his bar, um, and yeah, and then he went to Tokyo, and then yeah he worked in Tokyo a few years, I guess. I don't know, 10 or over 10 years. I'm not sure. And then sometimes um not sometimes, but yeah, actually I don't I after he went to Tokyo, I didn't really meet him. Yeah, I don't know, like once or twice, but um, not we don't talk too much or things like that. Yeah, actually, I when I was 25 or something, I came to Tokyo, and then um, I just stay stayed his apartment once. I didn't ask him, but I he just um, offered to stay. You know, he offered me to stay, and then yeah, yeah, it's great. But and after 20 years, um, like a few days ago, I got message from him, and then he was like, uh, I yeah um he had a interview job interview in Tokyo, and then yeah, I think he got a job, and then in Tokyo, and he he's looking for um his apartment, right? And and he asked me like, if you can I stay at your apartment? And I was like, um, you know, yeah. To be honest, I don't want to. Um, yeah, because yeah, it's it's really really small apartment in Tokyo, and then I just have this bed, small bed, and I don't have extra bed or futon. Um, and moreover, I, you know, we're not 20s anymore. I and we don't have, you know, we don't have like deep relationship or something. You know what I mean? Yeah, of course I stayed um his apartment like 15 years ago or something, but I was young and he was like um 10 years older. Yeah, like old. He's older than me, like 10 years. So he, I don't know exactly, but he's like 50s, over 50s, and I'm 40, over 40. And it's kind of strange, right? I don't know. But yeah, I felt that. And then I, uh, yeah, and I said no, really, really polite way, of course. But yeah, and then he was like, oh, okay, I understand. And then, yeah, like I was like, oh, sorry, uh, I'm kind of busy recently or something. Yeah. And yeah, and then I thought, you know, uh, that's all, but it's not. I got a message from him. He was like, um, yeah, he's looking for a apartment, and then um, he he f- he found, you know, um, how can I say? He found um, the apartment he was looking for. I mean, it, internet, and then he has to he has to go to the apartment with, um, you know, uh, apartment agency, real estate agency, and then but he doesn't have time. Well, I don't know the exact reason, but he asked me if you can can you go to the apartment and things like that. And then I was like, what the heck? Why I why I have to do that? I I I don't understand why he asked me, because there's no relationship like 20 years, almost 20 years. And then he's like, he lived in Tokyo like, yeah, I don't know exactly, but I think 10 years or something. And then he had, I don't know, he has to um ask like people, he has a relationship in Tokyo, you know what I mean? And it's kind of weird, right? And yeah, I kind of pissed off. I mean, what? uh, you're not my boss anymore, and then I'm 40, over 40, and then I have my life. I have, you know it's, and then my time is not, like free, like to some freaking errands, for you. I mean, if I don't know, my family or best friends ask me same thing, yeah, I'll do that anyway. Of course, why not, right? But what? Yeah, and yeah, and then actually, I I messaged him like, oh, sorry, I didn't have I didn't have to do that. I'm kind of busy right now, so yeah, things like that. And then he was like, oh, okay, I understand. But yeah, it's I don't understand because he don't care. He doesn't care about my life or my time or things like that. He just think, oh, maybe he can do that, things like that, right? He doesn't think deeply about others. Maybe he has like the image like 20 years old version of me in his mind. So he just asked anyway. But I'm not 20 anymore, you know. Um yeah. Actually, before um this message, like I don't know, few months ago, I guess, like 2 months ago. Uh, yeah, I got message from him, and then like maybe he was like maybe uh, I'll move to Tokyo, and then okay, if you do that, when you do that, let's hang out, things like that. I um I messaged him, and then I was like, you know, I was 20, and then he was like 30, but you know, now I'm 40 and he's um 50s or something, and then I I hope we have you know a really good time as growing man. You know what I mean. But I think he his mind is not updated, um and he was like same person when he was 30 or something. um I don't know. Maybe some people don't understand why I'm really, really frustrated by this, but yeah, yeah. Like I'm like, how dare you? I'm, but yeah, I learned from it. Um, some people don't update his mind or his treat um to others, and also I realized that um yeah, I should care people, don't treat like the old version of them. You know what I mean? maybe I think that kind of emotion um, from my heart is um, really really important, um, because I always talk that kind of episode in my channel, I guess. Like when I was um 20, yeah, I started playing jazz guitar. But yeah, and then I'm not good. I was not good at it. But, I practiced a lot and I learned a lot and I became a professional and released a CD, my own CD. But many people have the image of me, old version of me. Like it's not good. So sometimes they um they was like, oh, you should um you should practice more, things like that. If that kind of person, like if my mentor or my sensei, it's totally okay. And then yeah, um yeah, sure, I have to, I should practice more. But you know not that kind of person say that. I mean, um just people who don't care about me say that. You know what I mean? Because they don't care about me deeply. So yeah. But yeah, maybe I yeah, I I have to care about it more deeply, I guess. So if family or best friends, I have to care about them more deeply, not old version of them, you know, the version of now. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much for watching and see you in the next video. Bye.